So here we are then, the penultimate round of the FIA European Rally Championship has just concluded, Rally Ceredigion, and let's talk about it. I'll go through the story of the event, a little bit about the BRC, because I will do a follow-up once ITV release their own package for it, and then we'll look at the championship picture for the ERC as well as the supporting series to round it off. How do I describe the story of this event? Patton in pole position, Hayden takes it home. It's his first win since the season opener last year, and it's a dominant win as well. Hyundai have claimed recently that their Rally 2 car is better on tarmac than on gravel now, and the ERC calling Hayden Patton the asphalt ace is arguably proof of it. He won 10 of the event's 14 stages, 9 out of the first 10 proper, with stage 3 going to James Williams, who'd gone to crash out dramatically in stage 4. It was cool to see that early him and his co-driver were okay, but then he joined in for commentary for one of the stages on Saturday afternoon. By the end of Saturday, Patton had a minute 20 lead over Chris Ingram. By Sunday service, when Ingram had crashed out, he was a minute 30. In the end, he won by 1 minute 47.3, winning the power stage, which was no mean feat considering the pace that John Armstrong had, and taking a maximum score from the event. Keeping it on the road was the big deal, because Ingram and Cronin both cashed out on Sunday. Will Crichton span out on Saturday and Tempestini damaged his suspension, which promoted the other title protagonists into podium contention. Andrea Mabellini showed the MRF tyres were good, which is something furthered by Tempestini's pace in his first event on MRFs in the Polo, which is a car that's essentially 5 years old in terms of design. Miko Marczyk tried to use the wet to his advantage in the final 2 stages, momentarily getting ahead of Franceschi before dropping back on the power stage. And Franceschi quietly held on and did what was required to keep himself in contention. At one point he did fall to 6th, but he consistently kept on the heels of the podium if he wasn't on it himself, in the end bringing it home in 3rd behind Mabellini, who did really well in those last couple of stages when the conditions got tricky. It's an overused word in the world of rallying now, but that's the best way to describe it, I'd say. To get ahead of Franceschi. Meanwhile, for the BRC, it was a rally of 2 halves. Quite literally, 2 different point scoring events. So, Will Crichton was arguably the biggest beneficiary of this. He was 11th on Saturday in the BRC, whilst Ingram led Cronin and Price back to Aberystwyth overnight, but was second on Sunday behind John Armstrong, because John Armstrong was entered in to try and help Crichton out in the championship. Price was 4th and his other rivals did not finish. Now, I'm saying that he benefited a little bit from it. In theory, I think he would have actually been in a better position at the end of the event had it not been for the double points. But going into the event, he was on 70 points, Ingram on 69, Cronin on 52, and Price on 47. After Saturday, Ingram had gotten to 95, Cronin was on 71, as was Crichton, and Price was on 63. After Sunday, it's now Chris Ingram on 95, William Crichton on 90, Oisin Price on 76, and Keith Cronin on 71 with 1 round left. Now, I think that's what it is. I can't see whether either of them deployed their jokers at any point. I have a feeling that Chris Ingram deployed his joker on the Jim Clark because I think he scored a point in that event. And I think Cronin used his on the Severn Valley because he got 1 point in the event despite finishing outside of the top 10. Either way, it's going to be a fun finale because it is going to be really a winner-takes-all situation. If Ingram and Crichton are out and Price wins, he wins the title. The same for Keith Cronin. But Crichton, I think, is kind of in the best position. I don't know. We'll have to see in a few weeks' time on the... is it the Cambrian? Now, in terms of the ERC Championship picture, it is now a 2-horse race. Hayden Patton's on 131 points. Matthew Franceschi is on 104. Mirko Marczyk's now on 91, which sadly eliminates him from contention, especially since he has scored on all 6 events, meaning that his maximum points haul from the season, if he wins and gets a clean sweep like Patton has done in his home round of Poland, would only put him onto 121 points. So he could still get the runner-up. Since your best 7 scores count towards the title, Patton needs to get 16 points in Poland to guarantee the title, because Ballroom he scored 7 points in. And to get those 16 points, it would be the top 5, or outside of the top 5 with some power stage points. Franceschi doesn't have a drop round because he retired twice. Royal Rally of Scandinavia crashed out on the final day, and I think the final half of the final stage even. And then last time out in the Ballroom Rally, he ran out of spares. So anything that he scores in Poland is automatically added. But it is a must-win situation. Whilst he could overcome the 27-point deficit with second, he'd need second on the power stage as well to be able to get past Patton in terms of points. Because if they tie, Patton wins. Because he's got the countback event win. Unless Franceschi wins. Because Franceschi got 2 second places at the start of the season. Whereas Hayden Patton's next best finish is a 3rd place on the Royal Rally of Scandinavia. Thanks to having picked up 2 punches in the first 3 events. In Hungary and in Sweden. If he does finish second, that means that Patton has to finish 10th or lower in the event. So I think finishing 9th or above means that he adds points on and would put Franceschi back into a must-win scenario. At the same time, the Teams Championship is also a 2-horse race. BRC Racing is on 163 and MRF are on 137. I think Tyre Championship is quite comfortably Michelin's now, though I haven't seen the stats on that one, so I might be wrong. And let's round off by talking about the supporting series. We crowned 3 champions today, each with a round to spare. 2 for Millie Johansson in ERC4 and the Junior ERC, and Philip Cohn doubles up the ERC title, ERC3, sorry, to add to his Fiesta Rally 3 trophy that he won last time out at the Ballroom Rally. Cohn only needed 3rd to wrap up the title, but that looked like a long shot. He was 4th and last overnight going into Sunday, 1 minute 44 off the lead and 13.3 seconds off a 3rd. However, a massive crash and roll for leader Eamon Kelly, who was battling to hold off Jakub Batuka, which happened at the same spot that Philip Allen had his massive shunt on stage 12, promoted Cohn to P3, and from there he just needed to drive home to get the title. Likewise, Johansson didn't win in his class either. He had been leading overnight, but only 3.3 seconds ahead of Max McRae. Now, ERC3 and ERC4 didn't really get the chance to set times in stages 11 or 12. So, ERC4 only ran the final 2 stages. And Max McRae, he was in a world of his own on the power stage, winning by 7.9 seconds over Kalle Karlberg. And Karlberg's win by 12.9 seconds in the previous stage was overshadowed because McRae, who I think was second in the stage, pulled off the ability to pass Johansson. He was 16 seconds faster than Millie Johansson and snatched the lead with 1 stage to go. So, yeah, that's awesome. Now, the BRC also has its own support series. I'll give a review for them when I review the BRC stuff proper when their broadcast package is out in a couple of weeks. And that wraps up this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And until next time, it's bye-bye for now.